These are what my grades look like, and I need to get them to all A's. So for the first week, I spent my entire time studying for Unit 6, which was probabilities. I had a retake on that, and my original score was at 70, but after the retake, it shot up to a 95.83%. So that raised my grade up to an A. However, if something goes right, another thing usually goes wrong. See this history grade right here? That is now a B plus because of this assignment. I got a 6.5 because I did it incorrectly. Apparently, I was supposed to annotate some of the articles that I credited, which is why it's called annotated bibliography. My dumbass didn't do that, so I'm sitting here with a B plus. However, I still have a debate, a final debate that I can use to push my grade up to an A minus. And you want to know what I got on the final debate? I got a 34 out of 35. And you want to know the test score that I need to get my grade up to an A? A 35 out of 35. I'm going to prove that I only need one more point to get an A with some simple math. You can see that my final debate is in the projects category, which is worth 30% of my grade. Now, I have a 122.5 out of 130 total points, giving me a 94.23% in the projects category. But if we bump it up to 123.5 points, I get a 0.95 in the calculator, which equates to a 95% in the projects category. When you plug in the original grades, you get an 89.4 for my overall grade, which corresponds with the actual grade I get. And when you put in the 95%, you get an 89.6, which is considered an A minus in my school. Anyways, so I thought this was like a mistake, right? Because why would a teacher give 34 out of 35? Because like 34 out of 35 is such an odd grade, right? So I thought it was like a mistake. My teacher mistyped it when he was typing the grade into the grade book. So I emailed him. He didn't respond to me, so the next day I went ahead and talked to him after my math final, which I'll get to shortly. He said I was actually supposed to receive the 34 out of 35 and my group did something wrong. He didn't remember off the top of his head, so he said he would email me. The next day, I didn't get an email response back from him, and my grade was still a B minus. So after I've completed my Spanish final, I sent him, like an email saying, "Hey, Mr. Chad, my grade is like very close to an A minus. An A minus is an 89.5 for context. I had an 89.4. So I was asking him, could you raise up the grade just by 1 point so I could have an A minus? And I wasn't expecting this to work. I was like, nah, he's probably not gonna do it. But the GOAT, the most goated teacher of all time is this man. This absolute legend not only changed my grade to an A minus, but he did it in the most chillest way possible. This was his reply. Hello, Chris. It was a pleasure having you in my class. I will help you out. Have a wonderful summer. Oh my gosh, I would yell at the top of my lungs right now, but it's 12:10 a.m. on a Sunday night, so I'm going to, wrap this up. But oh my gosh, this man is goated. So the other big thing that happened was my math final, and that changed my grade for the worse, actually. I got a 30 out of 38, which is a 79%, and that kind of dropped my grade to a B minus. So, yeah, this is what my final grade looks like. It's not that impressive, but it's pretty good considering that we went from this to this. So, I'll let you guys be the judge. Was this like a W lock in? In my books, it was kind of all right, but I'll let you guys decide in the comments. Thank you guys for watching.